Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this tutorial, we will going to see how to add percentage column in Power BI query. So we will going to focus on the four methods over here. In the first method, we will use the list.sum function. In the second method, we will use the group by function. In the third method, we will also use a group by function, but with table. In the fourth, it's a different one. So we will do the percentage column with a subcategory. So now quickly move on to my Power BI query. So here I have created a four different tables. So in the first method, second method, third and fourth method, right? So we will use all this table for our the different method. So in the first method, what we want is we want to add a percentage column over here. So we have a balance for each of the segment and the client. What we want is how much a percentage of Zomato is for the overall of this column, right? So what I can do is, before we move on to add column, what we need to make sure is the step that we are in, right? The change type. Either we can rename this step, or we can remove this space from this character. So what I'll do is I'll rename this one to source one, you know, source one, because this is the prerequisite. Otherwise, if you have a space in the character, your formula will give you an error and you will not get to know what is happening. So that is why either you can rename this step or you can remove the space. So that is a prerequisite for us. Now, what I'll do is in the second step, I'll add a custom column over here. So go to add column and click on custom column. Here we can just put a name like percentage. We'll keep it very simple. Now what we need to do, we'll take the balance. So just double click on the available column option. And now we need to divide this and we will use the list sum formula, list sum, right? We'll open the bracket. We need to mention the step name over here. So we have renamed to the source one. So I'll type source one over here. Then we want, we want column name, right? So we want balance as a column name, right? We'll take the balance and we'll close the bracket and we'll click on OK. You see, so now we have this one. What we can do is we can change the data type to percentage. So here we go. So this is the first method how we can add the percentage column, right? Now we'll quickly move on to the second method. In the second method, what we will going to use is we will use the group by function, right? So we'll quickly move on to group functions. So in the home option, you'll see the group by function over here. Just click it, click on advanced option. Here, just remove this one. Yeah, now we can just put this new column name. So sum balance. So just remember this column name because this we will going to use in our formula. Here we want the sum operation and we want the sum of balance and click on OK. Right. So now we have added an additional step, the group rows, and that group rows have, this this one. So this is the first column we want to refer in our formula. So this is a zero because in Power Query, the steps start with a zero step. So I'll just rename this one. Either I can rename this to source one or I can remove the space. Anything I can do that, but I'm just renaming this. Now we need to add another step because this is the like the one column. We need a table back to add a custom column. So how I can do that? So if you click here, the FX, the formula bar, here it is showing add step. The moment I click over here, I can just so type the step name because we have a table in the change type. So I can just type change type over here and I can just press enter on my keyboard. So you will see the table back. Now we wanted to add a one additional column over here. So I'll go to add column. I'll click on custom column here. I can rename this to percentage. What I need to do is I need a balance column. Now I'll divide this with the new, the source one that we have created, the group that we have created, source one, right? And we'll need the new column name, that we have defined. So I believe that we have kept it sum balance, right? So I'll close the parenthesis. Now we need to add open the curly bracket, add a 0 step because we want a first column into the prior step. So that is why I mentioned this. Now I'll click on OK. So here we have a percentage column. We can change the data type to percentage. Now this is the second method how we can add the percentage column into the table. Now we'll move on to the third method. So more or like it is the same, but what we will do in this method is we will add one column for with the total columns. Sum of this column we will add it over here, and the another column we will divide this, the balance divided by your sum of this. So you'll get a percentage column. So let's see how we can do that. I'll go to home page. I'll click on group by. Here I'll click on advanced option. I don't want this, so I'll delete this. Here I'll keep a same name, sum balance, right? So just remember this name. And now here I need the sum operation for the balance column. And I will add, another line over here. I need all the row in the table. Here I can just type table, any name that you want, and we can just click on OK. So you see the sum balance is added over here, and here we have a table added. So if we expand this table, what we can do is we can just click on OK, and you can see the one additional column has been added over here with the with the sum of this column, balance column. Now what we can do is we can add a custom column, and over there we can divide this balance with the total one, and then we'll get the percentage column, right? So I'll go to add column. I'll click on custom column. Here just I can keep percentage. Here I'll take balance. I'll divide by sum balance, right? Sum divide by sum balance. So we have options sum balance and click on OK. So now we have a percentage column here. Just change the data type to percentage. Right. So here we go. So we saw the third method. Now we will move on to fourth method. So in this method, what we are trying to achieve is, if you read the data, we have a segment column, client column, and balance column. In the segment column, the Zomato and Swiggy is belonging to the food segment. Zopac is belongs to the clothing. Tata, Toyota is belonging to the car column. What we want is, uh, in the food segment, how much percentage is Zomato, how much percentage is Swiggy, right? So these two will show the 100% in the column, and how much is Zomato and how much is Swiggy, this will show. So this is a subcategorization, we wanted to do. We want to get a percentage of the subcategory, right? So what I'll do is I'll quickly go on to home option, group by, right? I'll click on to advanced. So here we want to mention the segment because we want the segment wise grouping, right? And here in the new column, I'll just type sum balance, right? Here we want sum operation. Here we want uh, balance column with the total. I'll click on the add aggregation. Here we need all rows, and here I'll just put the table, right? And I'll click on OK. So you can see that we got a sum balance of each segment. Now the food is 30,000, clothing is 30,000. So we got the sum of segment wise, that is a subcategory. If I expand this table, right? So just click on OK. Now we have a balance column over here, and we have a sum balance of each category. I'll add a custom column over here, right? And I'll keep it percentage. What we want to do is we can just take a balance column divided by sum balance, right? The sum balance, and I'll click on OK, and I'll change the data type to percentage. Here we go, right? So if you see your first segment food, 33%, 66 is summing to 100%. So Zomato is contributing 33.33 percentage. Swiggy is contributing 66.67 percentage. So Swiggy is like performing well compared to Zomato. And for the other one, the clothing, it is only the one segment that's why it is showing 100%. For car, we have Tata and Toyota. So over here, it is contributing to 44 and 55%. So this is how we, calculate the percentage subcategory wise. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching.